This is a technology, it's a computing language, and I can build an app on it.
Is Bitcoin the currency of the future?
Crypto gang, it's the game, big gang, all gang, light gang, cash game, blockchain. Whoa, I don't really ever buy stocks, man. No. Haters wanna say I'm in a bubble, man. No. Chew 'em up like bubble gum. No. Just made a meal with my pocket change. No. Wreck about to go and join the huddle gang. Huddle gang, huddle gang, huddle gang. Crypto gang, it's the game, big gang, all gang, light gang, cash game, blockchain. Whoa, I don't really ever buy stocks, man. No. Haters wanna say I'm in a bubble, man. No. Chew 'em up like bubble gum.
Welcome to the Crypto Lounge. I'm your host, Crypto Cardo. Thank you for tuning in where we talk coins after dark. Just checking in at the market. Last night we closed out close to $400 billion. We are 50 or close to $50 billion up. You guys know I like to round shit up. It sounds better. So yeah, we're close to 500. We're close to 450 billion. Bitcoin's dominance is still down to 34. It's seen lows at 32. So 34 isn't bad. Bitcoin is still trading at $9,000, somewhere in there, the $9,000 rate. Ethereum's at $953. Ripple's under $1. So these are still sell prices, even though we see green over here. We know what these coins are capable of doing, especially these ones in the top 10. So don't look at these these green numbers as a determinant of purchasing. We will be getting the better days. On to Bitcoin news and crypto news. February 6th, what will be going on is the SEC and the CFTC will be focusing 100% on cryptocurrency. They will be talking in a dedicated hearing mainly about crypto and regulating it. This might look bad, but it's not as bad as it seems in my eyes. What will happen is these two entities will sit down, figure out if they can regulate it and how they will. Because this is all new talk to them, I doubt there will be a super clamp down on cryptocurrency. They're going to leave it open and see how things go. It's not like cryptocurrency is like selling drugs or something like that. There's no true crime in it unless you want to consider money laundering. But you can't always assume that somebody's laundering money or they're selling something through cryptocurrency that is illegal. So I don't think they'll clamp too hard on it because the technology behind it is new. There is not much you can do to regulate something that you don't know that much about. And let's be honest, the federal government, they have no clue as what cryptocurrency is, and they're so old-fashioned and wrapped up into these old-fashioned ways of fiat currency and things like that, and inflation of the dollar bill that they can't even wrap their minds around certain things as of yet. But give it some time and they will. So February 6th, keep your eyes open for cryptocurrency news. Follow CNN, follow Facebook, follow some YouTube channels that keep people abreast to cryptocurrency, because that will be the talk of the day probably on that day. So if you're invested, or if you're not invested, if you're looking to invest, definitely a good day to keep your eyes open, because this will either sway people into the field even harder, or we'll know what's going on. But we know what type of community the crypto community is. It's a pretty loyal community. We have a lot of hodlers out there, people who are holding on to their coins even throughout these dips. The cryptocurrency space hasn't completely collapsed, which a lot of people have kicked themselves in the butts many a times by making statements about cryptocurrency, saying that it was a scheme, a Ponzi scheme, it's going to collapse, it'll never make it, it'll never see certain highs that it's already accomplished seeing, and they've almost turned about face on the whole matter, and they're on the other side of the fence and they want in. So these regulatory things will let people know what's the deal. Should I put my money in? Should I not? And we'll see a lot of money entering the space between February the 6th and February 15th. That's just my prediction. I'm not a financial analyst, but I am a person who's been following the news on crypto consistently. I spend hours studying this stuff for almost a year now, and I've found out a lot of information about it, and I feel like I can share this with the new people, even some of the old people who don't have time to do some of this research. I do. So just wanted to share that information with you because it does look like crypto is facing hard times, but this is typical around this time period. It's January to, well, it's February now, but in January this typically happens with most financial investments. So no big deal, no big deal. On to some other news. I've been talking about Automatix, which is an investment platform. I got into this about maybe three and a half weeks ago. For 2 weeks it looked beautiful. Things started to hit the fan when I started getting comments from my followers on YouTube telling me that the withdrawals aren't going through. They're going to a pending state. You can't find them on the blockchain and a lot of that stuff. So what I did was I started doing the investigation, and I started doing recordings of myself doing these withdrawals. And what I started out doing was Doge and Litecoin, and the withdrawals were going through. I couldn't understand what was going on with these other users. Maybe they weren't using the platform properly. Maybe they don't know how to do a withdrawal. But it was too many people having the same problem. So what I did was I started to listen deeper into what they were doing, and they were using Ethereum and Bitcoin. So what I did was I did a withdrawal of Ethereum, and it went in progress, never made it through. It's been almost 7 days, still haven't gotten the Ethereum withdrawal. The Dash is going on about 5 or 6 days. I did a Dash withdrawal as well. Then I said, the hell with trying Bitcoin. Why lose that? Two strikes is enough for me. I get the point. Then I went back to trying Litecoin because that was always working. I wanted to see if that was going to stop. That continued to work. Doge continued to work. I can't figure out what the hell is going on with this platform. We've tried reaching out numerous people to this platform with no responses. Then some folks will pop up and say they have a response, but the mass majority, I mean over 95% of the people I've spoken to, and I've spoken to hundreds of people about this matter, a lot of them have got no response, no withdrawal has shown up, and they've been waiting almost over a week like me. So I have to report the pros and the cons on crypto because that's my job. That's my social responsibility to my platform, Crypto Lounge. It would only be right. So what I suggest right now is you all, if you're invested, take a chance with small withdrawals. See if they go through. The ones that do, I say get your money out if you can. The ones that don't go through, continue to reinvest and continue to compound interest until we figure this thing out as a unit. You feel free to leave a comment in the section below. Let me know if you've had this problem. If you want, we can tackle this together. There's a group called the Guardians, which is a Facebook group. A lot of people have been sharing their experiences and their theories on what the hell is going on with Automatix. They seem so good. They've only been in business for 40 something 50 days, so it's kind of hard to find a company that's only been around that short of period of time trying to pull an exit scam on people. Normally they collect more money before they try something like that, so it's kind of hard to grasp this whole thing. And then also the company's paying out half of the money to some folks, and the other half they're not paying out. So some theory is that because of the crash in crypto over the past couple of days, where we've lost hundreds of billions of dollars in the space, in market cap space, that this could be the reason they can't afford to pay out, and these are just pinned until they can. But it's hard to say without anyone speaking up for the company. No spokesperson available to tell us what's going on. So this will probably be my last video on Automatix unless I'm updating you on some good news. But right now, I don't suggest putting any money in. Follow what I just said earlier about the small investments. Figure out what works for you, because it's been different for different folks. Some folks have been able to get Bitcoin out, some haven't. Some have been able to get Ethereum out, some haven't. Some have been able to get Litecoin out, some haven't. So we'll figure it out, guys. And if not, oh well. We know what we got into when we started this journey. So it's your boy Crypto Cardo signing out. Thank you for tuning into another Crypto Lounge. Like, subscribe, comment in the section below. Thank you.
Bitcoin and things like it is the equivalent of the red pill.
This is a technology, it's a computing language, and I can build an app on it.
Is Bitcoin the currency of the future?
Crypto gang, it's the game, big game, all game, light game, cash game, blockchain. Whoa, I don't really ever buy stocks, man. No. Haters wanna say I'm in a bubble, man. No. Chew them up like bubble gum. No. Just made a meal with my pocket change. No. Wreck about to go and join the huddle gang. Huddle gang.